Hey guys, and welcome to Squad, your favorite source for everything esports and gaming. I'm Lisa Duan, and let me tell you what's going down tonight. Marissa and Brody will be bringing you the latest and greatest in Unmuted, and in esports in 30, we're talking ComboBreaker. But first, let's talk about a new game that has taken over the Squad studio, courtesy of Marissa. Here's her take on Golf Blitz in Mobile Minute.
Y'all love making fun of me for loving mobile games, but there are some gems out there that you're missing out on because you're being ignorant. You already have the console, people. It's in your hand, and it's free. What is your actual problem? Saskatoon's very own Noodle Cake Games made a lovely game I used to crush called Super Stickman Golf. They've taken that beauty and mashed it with a freemium online multiplayer model, and it's everything my addiction dreams are made of. You play against 3 other players in real time as everyone races to be the first to get their ball in the cup on each hole. There are power balls to utilize when necessary, and you have to quickly strategize their use. There's a cooldown timer countdown after each stroke and plenty of ways for your ball to mess with the other balls of your opponents. Oof, phrasing. Matchmaking is done quickly, upgrades are satisfying, and you don't need to spend money to enjoy yourself. Just download it and at me when you get good so we can start a team of trophy friends. This game is a hole-in-one, and I dare you to tell me different. Hot topics, hot tweets, with the spiciest memes. I'm Marissa Roberto.
You are indeed, and I am Brody Moore, and this is how the show is gonna work. We're gonna present all the goodies we've gathered, in which we will discuss and most likely argue. But luckily for all of us, there is a mute button here to be used once, where we can shut the other person up.
Oh, how delightful it shall be. Listen, shout out to chat. We like it when you call us out when we're wrong and praise us when we're spitting the truth. So let's get to it, shall we? Our top story today is about none other than the perpetually burning drama that is associated with Denial Esports. Esports player advocate Sir Scoots is openly pressuring MLG and PUBG Corp to remove Denial Esports from both the Call of Duty World League and PUBG Esports. He has long sided with Denial's players, who allege that the team has repeatedly failed to pay them. Sir Scoots wants both organizers to not only remove Denial from their respective leagues, but to give the slots to the players and allow them to find new teams. Brody.
Hi.
What is the right call in this situation? Because you got to think about business, but you also got to think about players. So what's the right call?
Okay, well, first I'm going to shout, I may disagree with Sir Scoots. I love you, Sir Scoots.
Really?
And maybe he has more information, so that's a disclaimer at the beginning. Maybe he knows more.
He definitely does,
That's
because he's
what I'm
much
saying.
smarter than you.
So it's hard to go against him, but without the information I would have,
yes.
I would just say, how can you pressure Denial? Because we don't know the information, you know? Sure, they've come to fire a few times, but we mentioned it before, that could just be players knowing that that could work and trying to get away with stuff. Maybe there aren't actually problems. Maybe they don't know how to read contracts. And we all know that pro players don't know how to read contracts. So it could be a misunderstanding that the players think they're entitled to more than they actually have, and Denial isn't in the wrong. But of course, people are gonna believe the players because they're the players, right?
Okay.
So it's really hard to make a decision here without the actual facts out there.
Okay, the
but
facts,
I don't know. I can't say.
The overarching fact remains here that players have been and will continue to be taken advantage of in this world because there's no real union in place, and that's what Sir Scoots has been trying to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's actually been pretty successful with it up to this point. He just has always been an advocate for gamers, and that's why I love and appreciate him. He's been in the scene for a long time, and before any of us even breathed the word esports, he was in it, and he was there for the players 100. So of course, he's going to be advocating for these players here who have been left high and dry. They've been left with nothing. And sure, we don't know what was in their contracts. No, not at all. But these leagues always side with the orgs because the orgs are the business, and unfortunately, the players just fall by the wayside.
So I'm 100 on getting behind players having, you know, like just a union to get together, to work together, and not get taken advantage of.
For sure.
I do also think though that orgs are being taken advantage too. Where's their money? Like they have a lot of investment, but what's the ROI on this? Right? Not all the orgs are making money back right now.
Investment.
Yeah, so they need to also understand that the orgs are business and need to make money too.
For sure, they do. They need to be
there are two
getting
sides to this.
Yes, they need to be getting people investing in them. They need to be pulling in more money from outsiders, from sponsors, absolutely. And stuff like this, all the stuff coming out is for sure tainted this org completely. Unless they're getting investors from the outside world of esports, they don't know anything about this, and they don't know that Denial's been tainted in some way. Oh, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we are over time.
You should have muted me.
I should have, but I want to use it later probably. So PUBG and PUBG Mobile have long struggled with hackers, but in the case of the latter, reports of hacking have been on the rise. The developers have been listening to the complaints and have announced that players found cheating will receive a 10-year ban. Some players are concerned that the ban will affect them because the notice says that anyone using unauthorized third-party apps will be banned, and many of them use apps to change the graphical settings. I have opinions, but I'll let you go first since I got to read the news piece here. Is this the right way to get rid of hackers?
A 10-year ban? Yo, that is the lifespan of an esports player. That is the lifespan of somebody even playing this game. They'll fall off of the game completely and not even play it. I feel like that ban is actually just hurting this game if they want these players to continue playing, right? So, I mean, that's my perspective on it. It seems very harsh, especially if some players are saying, listen, they just use this for, you know, graphical changes, and it's not actually changing anything in-game. But if they're using apps or they're using different things that the developer didn't make themselves, then they have every right to tell them, hey, you can't play our game.
Yeah, the whole thing comes down to is innocent people are going to get hurt here. You're going to have innocent players. I use like reshade and stuff when I'm playing PUBG because it changes just the, I can change just the gamma settings, I can change the contrast, all that stuff.
Okay, but see, like that, would that not assist you in game to make you, could you not see people a little better or your opponents a little bit better?
For my eyes, but everyone's reshade settings are different. Also, everyone has access to these tools, right?
Yeah, but not everyone. Like for someone like me who just plays games for what they are, I never change anything. I even like some of these mods that you show me, I'm like, how the F are people doing this? I have no clue. Like it's beyond my comprehension at all. So for me to jump into a pub and play against someone like you, I feel like then you have an upper hand.
But you're not going to beat me without reshade either.
That is a fair point, but the fact that you have another leg up on someone that wouldn't know how to do that, that's not fair.
I don't know. It's the same thing as like playing a video game. Like, you know, any video game I play, I turn the graphic settings to low immediately, right? So some players jumping into it might not know they can even have those options, but they're there by the developers. So it's really no different than that. It's just easier on my eyes. It's like a colorblind mode, right? It's just easier for some people's eyes or to see things, right? So no, innocent people are going to get hurt here, and the hackers are just going to make new accounts and hack again. Like you're literally not going to stop anything.
Once hack again. Listen, we got to move on. Super Mario Maker 2 will feature online multiplayer. That seems like great news, but it comes with a big caveat. You can't play with friends online, only with strangers. Nintendo said that this was done because playing with friends would compromise the global leaderboards. But even if you play cooperatively, which has no leaderboards, you can't play with your friends. Brody, I'm assuming you do not agree with Nintendo's decision here or their reasoning, but do you think they maybe have a point?
No! Nintendo, forever and ever into the history of ever, has no friggin' idea how to do online. Jesus, Nintendo. You'd think now that you're starting to charge people to play online that you would start doing it right. It's been the worst experience using any kind of Nintendo system online. The only reason that I ever have any Nintendo system is to play single player games. I will never play online and I will never pay for their service because they have no gosh dang idea on what they're doing. It's awful. Why? Like, even as you mentioned, even if your leaderboard thing is an issue, then let people just play in like an unranked thing. Yeah. That's a thing. Video games have unranked and non-leaderboard game modes. Why not do that?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they think that people are inherently evil, and if they team up with other people, that'll make them even more evil.
The issue is if you baby people too much, you make an inferior service. You're already making people pay. That is the paywall to children. Children can't play online on that service without getting their parents to pay for it or sneaking their parents' credit card, right? But like that is your barrier now. You've already created a safe place by making that barrier. A parent can say, I don't want my kid playing online because that could be a dangerous place for them, right? Now, it's free to do whatever. Who cares? Like, stop trying to baby the people that are paying for your service.
Maybe Nintendo doesn't want to make people feel bad for having no friends.
Well, I have no friends and I still get around it. I want to play online.
Oh my God, you said it.
Well, I knew you were going to get to it at some point.
No, it is a little infuriating though with this whole Nintendo thing because even I have run into this problem just trying to play. I love playing Mario Kart. I love playing Mario Kart and just going online and playing, but I have to like phone a friend. I have to like phone a friend and let them know that we're going to jump into this, try to jump into the same time.
And then you got to find their friend code, which is 4,000 digits long.
Yeah, the friend code thing. Oh like, my God,
trash,
the friend code thing.
It's so bad. It's just a not fun experience overall.
No, it's just unfortunate. I wish that this would change, but I feel like Nintendo has always had their mode of operation, and they haven't really ever listened to outsiders. They've only done their own thing, and they're a very successful company and will continue to be successful. So they don't care about you.
That's true. On the same track, though, the Pokemon Company just announced Pokemon Sleep, a mobile game where you sleep to train your Pokemon. That's not a joke at all. It's meant to be like Pokemon Go, only instead of walking, it will monitor your sleep data. You can even use a device called the Pokemon Go Plus to track it. Again, is it a plus? Just one plus? Again, I have to emphasize that this is 100% not a joke, by the way, because I'm having a hard time believing in myself here. I mean, it sort of makes sense, but like, it's like it came out of nowhere. I woke up this morning and someone mentioned home and sleep, and I'm like, are these real?
Yeah.
Is this real life? Today?
Yeah. I don't.
Is this getting too much?
I don't understand this at all. How are you playing a game? Then?
So
they're gamifying sleep.
The way I understand it is, so I actually have an alarm clock that I use that you can set your phone on your bed and use as an accelerometer. And the Go Plus ball or whatever it is has an accelerometer in it, and it tracks your sleep. So it knows when you're in REM and light sleep and all that. And it can actually change your alarm. What?
I'm sorry. Both Tyler and our director Blaine is in my ear right now. They're like, he does not have an alarm clock. We're calling BS.
Oh my God. This is bull
camera
crap.
guys.
Can I mute everyone? Can I mute everyone?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue, Brody-san.
So what it does is I don't use that app. I just said I have it. But it tracks your sleep, and it allows you to see if you're getting better sleeps or not. So that's what this could be used for. So maybe it'll say, okay, the longer you sleep, the more you're training your Pokemon. So it encourages you to get more sleep and have better sleeping habits.
So maybe this is a positive
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. This actually could be a good idea. And what it does is it further invests you into the Pokemon world, which is kind of cool. It's, you know, a lot of video games and a lot of experiences are just you play the game. Once you leave the screen, you're back in the real world. Whereas this, it's almost like when I was a kid, I used to run around the forest with my friend pretending we're seeing Pokemon and we're catching them, right? Like it was so sick to do. So this could, my one and only, but this could be like that. This could be just bringing the Pokemon world into the real world even more so. Everything you do actually IRL can be Pokemonized.
Yeah, it's just crazy how like you had that friend and you pretended you were catching Pokemon, but now Nintendo won't let you play with that friend online.
Yeah, right? The irony of it all.
IRL. Okay, listen, we gotta move on. It's time to check in with streamers in Clip It. Our first clip comes from Pokemon, who received a donation asking her out on a date.
All these losers hitting on you and dono messages must get old after a while, huh? You should tell me all about it over dinner sometime. I can pick you up in my 1998 Toyota Tercel and take you somewhere nice. Don't worry, I'll let you pay.
I would 1990. Can I just look up 1998 Toyota images? Do you want me to refund the $5? Because honestly, it looks like you could use it more than I can.
Yo, that was savage.
Oh my God, I love Pokey
but
so
she
much.
didn't say no.
Okay, don't be one of those internet bros. Oh, she didn't say no.
I'm not internet bro. She didn't say no.
Okay, yeah. Well, why would she's not gonna say yes either? Yo, guys,
You're also missing my joke here.
No, I'm not, Brody.
It's comedy.
Is it?
I'm a comedian. I make jokes. No, but I try. Certainly do. All right, move on. Our next clip comes from Joey Chaotic, I'm sorry, who caught a perv in the act.
Oh.
I totally just caught you taking a photo of their butt, sir. Dude, he just took a photo of... Right here. You want a picture with them? I can take you. No? I can ask them if they want a picture with you.
That's not cool.
You know what? Like this is an actual issue that happens at cons
that's
all
not
of
cool.
the freaking time.
Like he brings up a good point. Go ask them if you want a photo with them. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, but I don't think she was there in cosplay. She was just wearing a skirt. This is an actual problem for women everywhere who wear skirts. BT dubs. I have to be extra careful when I go up the stairs because a perv is like lingering below, just waiting for an upskirt shot. You know how disgusting you are, honestly? First of all, you can find this stuff online. Just Google it. Do not disturb these women. They're out there living their lives. They can wear whatever the F they want, and you should not be taking a photo of them unless you ask politely.
If you want an upskirt, ask them.
Not an
That's
upskirt.
what I'm getting out of this.
Oh my God.
Oh,
you
I
guys.
misread. My bad.
Pervs. It truly is the best time of day where we scroll the Twitters to bring you all the things the pros bless us with on their timeline. We love it when they subtweet the trolls because, let's face it, they're idiots and need to be reminded of that fact.
True.
So he says, sometimes I read hateful comments and just have to laugh. Bullies out there calling me a lesbian, something I'm not, but fully support and approve of. Or mom, something I aspire to be and look up to. Nerd, basically an honorary title in my world, so sick burns, LOL. Yeah, bullies behind the I can't say it, anonymity.
And you got it.
Yeah, like they're just cowards, really. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just bullies behind a wall of like you're not even showing your face or your actual name. Like you're just a coward straight up. I guess bullies are cowards in general, but
yeah,
I hate that.
You gotta get more creative. You gotta get more creative with your insults, really. I mean, so many people want to play it online. They're just like the stupidest insults. They just say a name or something they think is insulting, which to me would not be insulting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, I love trash talk, but be creative. Like come up with something.
Oh no, 100. You have to be creative with that. Even if I'm at a baseball game or whatever it is, and there are hecklers, I love hecklers. Hecklers are amazing, but they have to be creative and they have to be clever, and that's how you get people involved in the game. That's how you get people laughing. That's the same thing too. It's like I'm sure if you had an awesome chirp for Zoe, and it was creative and it wasn't like insulting to her gender for one thing, or like what she wears. I mean, that's one thing. Just be creative and be kind. Like, just if you think about how you would want to be chirped, right? It's always do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
How would I like to be insulted? All right, our next thought helps to heal the guilt that Marissa feels when leaving an event and not remembering anything or anyone because she's old and isn't taking her Ginkgo. Cherise says, just one thing, guys. Stop being mad or giving attitude to pro players or FTC personalities for not remembering your name. These people play, that's 47,383,738 persons a week. It's hard to keep up. Be polite and understanding. Real talk though, you know, chirps aside on you is that like, it's real. I warn people before going to an event. I warn people, hey, I'd love to meet you, absolutely love to meet you, but please do not be offended if you come up to me, say your gamer tag, and I take a second to realize who you are. Because hearing the names that I see in chat or online is way different, right? Like visually seeing your name and then hearing your voice, and even if I've heard your voice sounds different through your crappy headset mic than it does in real life. So
no, that's real.
We apologize, but you can't get mad at people to meet a lot of people.
I honestly just leave events feeling like an absolute idiot. I hate when people come to me and like, hi, how are you? And they like actually are talking to me like we've spoken before, and I can't lock in the name. Like it'll drive me absolutely bananas. Then you stop, you're not even listening to them anymore because you're just trying to rack your brain for the name, and you can't. You just hope that somebody else comes by so they can like shake their hand and they can introduce themselves to that person. You can catch the name. Oh my God, it is a scene out there, man.
For real.
All right, we gotta move.
Okay.
Our last profound thought comes from League of Legends pro Hanser, who has a very important question that needs answering. He tweets, this guy walks up to your girl and slaps her ass. What do you do? Froggen answers, I find a new girl. Okay, obviously he's joking because he doesn't have a girl.
Yeah, well, so he needs to find a new girl anyways.
That was my insult because he insulted, and then I had to get him back.
Clever.
Yeah.
I'm lost. I have nothing clever, so let's just move on, okay? It's time for some crowd control. This is where we showcase some of the great gaming stuff the community is making, and some maybe not so great stuff too. The first post reminds us that we have all been betrayed before, or maybe have betrayed someone else. When your friend says they're going to bed, but you see them in the next match. It's almost like a surprise Pikachu. You ever had that?
That's so true.
Oh no, you don't play online.
No, that's real though.
Yo.
But that's anything. Even if you're like tweeting and somebody's like, "Hey, I'm hitting the hay."
Real
like,
talk.
Okay, it's gone. Yeah, forever.
Real talk. What you have to do though, because I've done that where like I just don't want to play with someone anymore. So like I'll wait till I know that they've queued for the next match, and then I'll queue.
So oh my God, rude. I feel like Zurich definitely does that to us all the time. Alstronaut, he does that to us all the time.
Bro.
He says he's going to be online, and then he like mysteriously is not online, and then he waits for somebody else to get online, and then he jumps into his own match.
Straight up, I messaged him one time in Overwatch, and I said, yo, you want to play? Literally 2 seconds later, he logs off the game. Literally 2 seconds later.
No, because he puts Steam on invisible. Like he's still there, but he makes himself invisible.
He's avoiding us. We're calling you out, buddy.
Zurich! All right.
Play games with us!
We've all seen FIFA ragdoll breakdowns before, but we can't help but laugh every time a new one comes up.
All right, so you already know in FIFA, someone's tripping over someone.
Oh, hey. Hey now, you come here often? You're the guy just in the suit casually minding his own business?
Just completely off kilter, missing my target.
Brody, that's disturbing. I don't ever want to visualize that. Thank you.
Yeah, those are fun. Anyways, our last post reminds us, despite the peaceful music in Minecraft, the game can still throw you for one loop after another. Yeah, right. That's one of the chances another creeper was just like they planned that. They were scheming for days, you know.
The two of them, like one comes from the top. Yeah.
Yo, he's like, I got top, you got bottom. We're gonna mess this guy up. We'll get the sand glitch. He's gonna fall right through, and he's gonna think he's okay. Then all of a sudden, you're gonna go.
Yeah. See, this is why I can't play Minecraft.
Why?
Because of them.
Well, you wouldn't even have had a cool train like that. You would have.
I know, it's true.
You wouldn't have gotten that far.
I
You would've
know.
just died to
I
a
didn't.
creeper.
I told you I didn't get that far. It was a creeper that came after me. It all of a sudden became nighttime.
We need to play some
and then
Minecraft together.
I know, but then I just boxed myself in. I didn't even have a torch yet. I literally had nothing.
You're just in the
I'm
darkness
just
in a
the dark.
one-by-one box.
Exactly, hiding, waiting to hear the sound, the hissing sound go away, and it didn't. And I'm like, you know what?
Marissa's life, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all too real. Listen, that's it for Unmuted today. Remember, you can hit us up on all our socials. Just say hi or send us stuff to react to. Someone type an exclamation mark right socials right now in chat.
I want to say all the millennial characters from Mortal Kombat 10 were in the middle, mostly because it's like, yeah, they come in the era and like you talk to them, and it's like they have a good understanding and they're not gonna like, they don't have spikes on their arms, which is good.
Goro's probably the best Kombat.
Nah, but it's not because from their perspective, it was Goro. He just wants to hug people, but every time he tries to hug people, he just crushes their head
He killed
on
him.
accident.
Have you guys played MK11 yet? If so, I want to know which fatality is your favorite or least favorite. Write it in chat right now. Remember, you can always support us on Twitch by subscribing, but you won't leave empty-handed. You'll actually get exclusive emotes like this one. That was my imitation of Brody right there. Speaking of Brody, he would be joined by Drew Face in Esports in 30 very soon to call up Kitana Prime to break down ComboBreaker. But first, it's time to get you caught up with all the news it reported. Pokemon Sword and Shield are still a few months out, but you'll have far more Pokemon to look forward to thanks to a slew of new announcements from the Pokemon Company. Let's do a very quick rundown. Pokemon Home is a cloud-based service that will let players store and share the Pokemon they catch in newer games. Pokemon Sleep is a mobile game that tracks users' sleep patterns, which also has a new piece of hardware to go along with it called Pokemon Go++. Then there's Pokemon Masters, another mobile game where you fight in 3v3 battles as iconic Pokemon trainers from past games. And to top it off, there's a Detective Pikachu sequel on the way for the Nintendo Switch. I'm seriously starting to wonder if there's such a thing as too much Pokemon. North American esports org Evil Geniuses has just been acquired by investment company Peak 6 Investments for an undisclosed sum of money. EG has been independent for several years, following its divestment from Twitch in 2016. The news means that on the corporate side, EG will get a new CEO in the form of Nicole LaPointe Jameson, while former CEO Philip Aram will serve as the org COO. EG currently competes in 8 different esports, most notably in Dota 2, and we look forward to seeing it continue to expand thanks to the new money coming in. Former Counterlogic Gaming teammates Darshan and Huhi are reuniting in an unlikely place. The two have both joined Golden Guardian's Academy team for the 2019 summer split. Darshan will play his normal role in the top lane, but Huhi is switching from the mid lane to the support role on the roster. They played together for years on CLG, before Huhi left to join 100 Thieves last November. While they're both veterans, they both struggled in the 2019 spring split. Hopefully, they'll be able to revitalize their careers with the Golden Guardians when the summer split begins next month. Google is shutting down its YouTube gaming app tomorrow. The platform, which was designed to foster and grow the gaming community on YouTube, was positioned as a rival to Twitch when it launched in 2015. It has had modest success since, but Google is getting rid of it in order to funnel more traffic into the main YouTube app and website. It doesn't mean that Google is abandoning gaming on YouTube, however. YouTube will be a core component of Google Stadia, which will let users play games directly after watching trailers on YouTube, among other features. Whether or not it can still become a Twitch killer remains to be seen.
No. Big, not dead. 50-50, tackle, get off! 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and knee is your ComboBreaker champion!
He dashed forward! Oh, he got the grab Scar so close. Sonic Fox got too heavy and it's Scar takes it! ComboBreaker 2019, Mortal
Welcome everybody to Esports in 30. I'm Brody Moore and this is my homie Drew Face. Today is ComboBreaker Day. We had Street Fighter, we had Tekken, and of course we had some amazing Mortal Kombat action. Drew, you were there in the flesh. Breakdown how hype it was.
This is my favorite event of all year. Of all year. Every year I go and watch ComboBreaker. Every year I drive down, I watch ComboBreaker. I love it. This year it was bigger than ever. It was like a little mini evil, dude. It is the only event in the FGC circuit that manages to combine esports while still maintaining that Smack TV kind of feel.
Oh, you love that
underground FGC
the true
feel, you know what I'm
FGC
saying?
feel, yeah.
It's the only event that I went to that feels like that. And that's why I love it every year. I love it, baby. Shouts to Rick, baby. I love you, dog.
Well then, why don't we get some video evidence of how hype it actually was, shall we? Here's some highlights from the absolutely epic MK11 event at ComboBreaker.
Can't take this. Waz needs to be careful. He needs to be aware of the threat that is Big D.
He gets the teleport on Waz, and that's gonna be Big D. Taking a top 8 here at ComboBreaker. He's gonna do max damage. Are we gonna see a crushing blow? Yes, we will. Damage over time armor. Are we gonna see Fox in the losers bracket?
Oh, yes, we are, and that is it. Chop Chop for the win, and Tweety cannot believe it. Punching the ground with excitement.
How do you chase
6
Scorpion
seconds,
down?
5,
Can you chase Scorpion
4.
down? He went in and wasn't punished. Is it enough?
1 second, and Scar with few seconds remaining, taking game number 3. We got ourselves a match.
Ooh, he was just patient. Didn't want to take any risks at all. He's away.
Oh my goodness!
And that was a
Are you
counter
kidding
hit.
me? 100 damage. Is Scar gonna be able to pull this off? Are we going? This is from Foxy. Only 100 health is gonna tell. No breakaway from Foxy. Any hit out is gonna be it, and it's gonna be Scar. 3-2.
Chip is a big deal. Look at the patience there by Tweety. Okay, let's throw. He needs to get back in.
Oh,
He's not
my
gonna
goodness.
get it. It's the boot to the face. The heel comes for the heel up on the stage.
The man loves to throw.
Yeah, he was explaining to me how to play Kung Lao, and he was like, yeah, just use basically 3 moves, and you're fine. Oh, he rolled through.
The Sonic Box special.
Jump kick and spread great box.
There's that back to 2 once
Same thing
again.
again.
Absolutely pistol whipping this man to death. Breaking with the rifle from downtown.
Oh, he blew his hat off. Game 1 for Sonic Fox.
Beautiful pickup. Sonic Fox knocking on the door.
He's in control. The grab comes. That should do it. Somehow Sonic Fox stayed alive, and he ends up moving on and loser's side.
No defensive bar now for Dragon. There is no escape. Is he going to end with the butt slam? That's the round for Samij.
There's plenty of time on the clock for a comeback right now, but he may not get it. There's no breakaway. Samij is going to get close on this one. He already used the crush, keep in mind. There you go, the keep up. Samij takes it. Got him. Is that enough?
No offensive part to amplify that for Sweet Chin Music. Forward from downtown.
It's big trouble now for Tweety, who really can't get touched. Trying to move through. The punish was there again. Scar, as in almost every situation throughout the last 3 games, was ready. Wow, he even falls block. What?
Oh my.
Not actually. Are you serious?
That was absolutely ludicrous.
Can we end this right now? The siphon! What?
Into the throw. Sonic Fox is going to take it. Reverse 3-0 over Samij. Are you kidding me?
Sonic Fox is in here.
Oh my goodness.
Dash punch, crushing blow. It's all Sonic Fox, and he's coasting through the blow-up. And Scar has the life lead. Oh, he's in there again. These are unbreakable tools. Is that it? Nah, quite.
2 more health. And what?
He literally waited. If he finds the right combo, and Sonic Fox knows it, so Sonic Fox now is playing a little slower of a game. He dashed forward! Oh, he got the grab. Scar so close, so close. Sonic Fox got too heavy, and it's Scar! Scar takes it! ComboBreaker 2019, Mortal Kombat 11 champion, Scar!
And a huge congrats to Scar for that epic grand final win over Sonic Fox. To help us recap an amazing combo breaker, we got the one and only Kitana Prom joining us. What's up, dude?
What's poppin', homie?
I'm just a guy. I promise you. Just a
legendary guy.
You were the hypest dude. You were the hypest dude in that room that weekend, dog. I was there with you, dog. You were the hypest dude in that room. You were also the prettiest, though. But you're definitely the hypest in that room.
Stop making me feel so good. I'm just,
All right.
I'm smiling and they can see it.
And they get no smiling. All right, well, let's get serious and let's talk about what we saw there. The grand finals looked like a continuation of Mortal Kombat 10. It was Scar versus Sonic Fox, and in the end, Scar walked away as the Combo Breaker champ. KP, these guys are no strangers to each other. They have a lot of experience with each other. How was Scar able to strike first blood in MK11?
It's crazy you mentioned that because I spoke about this myself just tweeting out. Definitively, those guys were definitely 1 and 2. And there's not a single person on this planet who knows Sonic Fox better in game than Scar.
Yeah.
Behind scenes, over the years, plenty of times, Sonic has stressed at tournaments like Scar. Like, if I could just beat Scar, I'll win.
Yeah.
And he had the game plan. Also, being in the winner's bracket is just such a massive advantage. You have a set to give. And what better way than to be able to download a man and finish him before he even gets a chance to fight back. Scar he just knows Sonic too well, and he definitely has the upper hand early. He also took him out at some of the time. So it wasn't much of a surprise, but to do it consistently, Scar's on another level.
Yeah. I mean, near the end of MKX, Scar and Sonic were number 1 and 2 respectively. Was this grand finals a showcase of their expertise and comfort in the NRS games?
I think without question, we all know that Sonic's number 1 all time.
Yeah, overall.
And Scar, because of his demeanor, he's just cool. He just shows up, gets the job done. You see him in his hat. He's in work mode every single second. People know how good he is, but because he isn't overly vocal, he's not the guy who people just, oh yeah, Scar, Scar, Scar. But he definitely is that good. Already a legend in my books. And when you sit down and talk to him, he understands the game and breaks down Mortal Kombat specifically. It's not just NRS. He was great at Injustice, don't get me wrong, but his heart and soul is in Mortal Kombat. So when you get to sit down with Scar and see him pick apart the pieces of the engine and know what works and why it does, he's just... Man, there has to be a definitive word to explain his expertise.
We're going to have to make up a new word in the dictionary for him.
But whatever it is, Scar has it 100%.
That's brilliant. Well, let's talk about Sonic Fox 2, just as kind of his run through tournament. We need to mention his adaptation here. In his set against Samij, he went down 0-2 and then pulled out Scarlet. Was anybody going to be ready for this?
I wasn't ready. I lost so much money on that. I lost so much money on that, dude. Oh my God.
You know what's crazy? I know Sonic's been playing Scarlet, but we hadn't seen it in action tournament-wise. But there was a special exhibition, Florida versus Texas. We might get into that a little bit later. At the end of it, when we called New York out, Sonic immediately sat down to play Samij just for whatever reason. Nobody was paying attention, but apparently he used Scarlet in that.
Okay.
So there was a second of download opportunity, and I think Sonic took advantage of it. He was already thinking ahead to the next day. He had to be. There's just no other way.
So, I mean, whenever he switched to Scarlet after picking Jackie and going down 0-2, what advantages did he get for switching to Scarlet? Because I saw a lot of heavy zoning from Scarlet, and it really gave Samij a lot of trouble, especially against the fan-made Kitana.
Scarlet's going to win the majority of, not the majority, all of the trades in terms of her set of projectiles and full screen. She gets a knockdown from the tongue. And Kitana's not necessarily a full-blown zoner in this game. She's more like a hybrid, stagger, and fans are decent, but at full screen, Scarlet is just an issue, and with the ability to make all of her strings safe with her blood, and the amplified versions giving her health back, it was just so much of an uphill battle that it was hard for Samij to keep a life lead, and that's after the big struggle to get in the first place. So Sonic he played the matchup out in his head. He had enough belief in the character, and I mean, you were there, you saw what happened.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that.
And it got. And your Canadian dollars just cried.
They're not worth much anyways, don't worry.
I was Florida boys that entire weekend, man. I was Florida boys that entire weekend. I bet on Florida all day. It was not working out that time.
Right up until top 8. Go ahead.
Well, it wasn't the only time he was switching it up too. I mean, against Foxy Gramp, he was trailing with Aaron Black, so he switched to Jackie. How difficult? I feel like that's just part of his skill set that gets him so far, is his ability to switch. Is that true? Is it hard to adapt to so many character switches?
I think it's more popular nowadays that a lot of the top players in the modern day NRS games play multiple characters, so that these situations don't happen. I think the issue was Foxy switching to Lao threw him off. You know, we all know Foxy for that character for so long, but when it was working and it was a very simple yet effective game plan, Jackie being up close wasn't necessarily all the rage. So going to Aaron Black to try to true, he's able to play against Lao with all of the ranges on the screen. And a few mistakes here and there from Foxy were like the difference for Sonic to clutch it out. The adaptation comes, you know, Foxy's actually won a combo breaker before, so he's no stranger to it.
Yes.
He's taken out Sonic on different occasions, but it's just more or less matchups because everyone can adapt at that level and everyone has multiple characters in the bag.
Do you feel like it could have gone another way then if Foxy had a bit more time into the game? Like is this just early and he doesn't know the matchups then? Is that what it came down to?
I mean, he still played it extremely well. It was just a matter of getting outplayed at the end of the day for that set, which it's the first of many to come. MK11 is fresh, and if the skill cap looks this high early on, imagine what's going to happen, you know, as we all... I think a lot of people forget because there's just so much content. The game's only been out a month.
Yeah, that's true.
The game's been out a month, and this is where we are. So Fox just got the best of him, and there's a lot more left in the tank. So we'll see what fate spells for Foxy Grandpa. I'm sure this isn't the last we've seen of him.
Absolutely. I mean, like, so look, there's somebody that got top 3 that tournament. It was Tweety. Tweety actually managed to knock Sonic Fox into losers in winners quarters.
Winners quarters, yeah.
But then in losers final, Sonic Fox is steamrolling 3-0. Was he actually trolling? Was he trolling?
No,
was he trying to win the tournament from losers?
He was definitely not trolling. Trust.
Okay. He was taking the long road home.
Sonic, and he gave me that same work. But the difference being, and I talk about this a lot, especially when I'm on commentary for top 8s. When you get down to the top 4, right, and you do losers quarters, you do winners finals, losers finals, grand finals. The person in losers they play 3 sets in a row, and if there's any one person in the world that I want to bank all my money on to be as good as possible on a momentum shift, you win your losers quarters match, and you play losers finals, and you play grand finals, it's going to be none other than Sonic Fox.
Of course.
He was steamrolling after the 3-0 comeback against Samij. Like he just, that was it. Like he was on a mission. He couldn't be stopped. He takes his revenge very seriously. And if you notice, Sonic rarely pops off. When he beat Tweety, he popped off.
Oh, he definitely did.
Because he remembered what happened at Evil last year in Injustice 2. He remembered what happened in the top 24 on the winner's side Saturday, morning. It stuck with him. And when he wants it, I mean, what are you going to do? This is the strongest player hulking up to turn up because Tweety is such a formidable opponent and a genuine threat to win any tournament he's been a part of. He won ComboBreaker last year. He got 3rd out of the gate. He's no stranger to grand finals across the board. And I think when Sonic realized, like, all right, this is my chance. I'm also in losers. There's an extra bit of turn up as well.
But that's what blows my mind too, is like, cause he also, I think he won Skullgirls as well. Got 4th in DBZ. Like, how do you go through so many games and still be focused on the other games to make the adjustments? Like, you just lost against this guy. You have to think about what went wrong and then make those adjustments to get that 3-0. Like, how does he have all these games and thinking about all of them separate? Like, do you think it's just because the fighting games, or like, do you think he could do this with other games too, even? Is he just a genius?
I don't have the answers.
Otherwise, you'd be doing it, right?
It's things do translate from game to game, right? But there's small things. Like, let's say if you play like Counter-Strike, right? You have like all these shooter fundamentals, but that doesn't necessarily make you good in Overwatch or any other shooter, or Call of Duty or whatever have you. But there's fundamental changes that grasp that can help you.
Yeah.
And his fundamental base is so well that when he picks up a game, he's already better than like majority of the players. Now, he also, and this is the part we don't see, Sonic has put in just as much time to these other games. Now, Dragon Ball, he hasn't been doing as much, and reflected. He lost.
Yeah.
Skullgirls, he lost early in pools, and then he said as he was going through losers, the more games he got to play, it all started coming back. And when you play a game that you love for so long, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it just never goes away.
Yeah.
And he was able to just, put it all together, but it's shown. We've been all MK11. That works. Again, Skullgirls, he picked it up as he went through losers because the path was longer, so he got more time to adjust and adapt. And in Dragon Ball, which he didn't put as much time, he lost. So it takes a very special level of like upper echelon stuff to keep it PG-13 to be at that level, and only a few possess it. You got your Chris G's, you got your Goichis, you got your Sonics, and I don't necessarily have the skill or the expertise to break down why they do it so well. That's a question you'd have to ask him directly.
I want to see him play a Smash Brothers at some point. That'd be
Smash is too hard, man. Smash to be that good at Smash, you have to like only play Smash. It's just
that's true.
It's
that's
not gonna happen.
Well, you're talking about your skill though, and like you actually did have a pretty good showing, just short of top 8. How do you feel about your MK11 right now?
I was tight initially because fighting game players are the only players who can get 13th out of 800 plus and say we suck. This is what we do.
Absolutely. I know
play
how
other
you feel.
games, you know it's us. But looking back on it, I'm actually like extremely proud. I've been starting rough with MK11, adjusting to the game plan and playing a whole new character. Like I don't even play Kitana as much in tournament. And when I went into the Summit of Time, I felt like I was a decent to bad player, and I used that opportunity to like learn actual hyperbolic time chamber. And within the week and a half from there, I was able to place top 16 at ComboBreaker playing all J. Like I figured it out, and I'm getting better. And I also have to keep my mindset straight that online and offline for me personally are just two different games. As good as online is, me mentally, I could never fully check into it because it's just a different experience when that person is breathing next to you, when there's no outside factors, when a crowd is screaming, when a stream is watching. Like all of that like boosts me, and it's great. I got some points on the leaderboard, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of cash. So I'm just trying to show that, you know, I mean, I am just a commentator, but I know how to
you know what you're doing.
Come on, man. You know more than that.
I know how to play this game. So it's a fantastic start. I'll leave it at that. I'm proud of the performance. I did choke it up. But I know what to work on, and it was all learning. It was all GGs everywhere, and just fantastic experience.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave this to you guys now because I heard you talking about it before. But there was a 10v10 exhibition, was there not?
Yes.
Can you break this down right now?
Absolutely.
All right, so,
definitely 10v10, baby. Florida boys, let's go.
Over the years, as esports came into things, a lot of the regional pride was lost, where everybody kind of just started trying to pull for themselves and do their things, which is fine. Do what you do. But being from Florida, I'm extremely proudful of where I'm from, and so is Texas. Along with Ominous, who's a Jax player from Texas, way back in Mortal Kombat X, about 3 years ago at a tournament, we had a big argument about depth and who had the deeper scene. So we were going to put this together at the end of MKX, but what happened was we could never get enough people at the same tournament. You know, people, you know, school, jobs, families, all of that, you know, real life stuff. We get it. We're all adults, well, most of us. And then Injustice 2 came out, and we were talking about it. And while we loved the game, the heart just wasn't there in the community. So as soon as they revealed MK11 and all the old heads was like, oh, we're playing. Me and Ominous started again about February. We hyped it up, let it die down, went behind the scenes. Thanks to Rick and all the guys with us who's our equipment, Arturo for setting it up for stream, to Maturino, everybody who voted. It started getting real. We all agreed on the format, on the players. We set everything up behind the scenes, so it was no nonsense. Bring the money. Come after hours Saturday night, and then the scene took its own thing. People were just betting who are not even involved, looking at the rosters. You got Drew, who's from Canada. You don't know nothing about this.
I know nothing.
He put his money on Florida, and he knew what. It was extremely hype. No holds barred, no commentary. No, like everybody was just talking trash, and it was never personal. It was all about the game. It was the essence of like the arcade era.
GC,
Into one night, and it was magical and legendary, and everyone loved it. And it went 10-9 last fight. Like it couldn't have gone any
Who wrote
better.
the script? Give him a raise.
Exactly. It couldn't have gone any better, man. And I just want to thank Texas for coming out and showing that they definitely aren't free. We held it down. New York, what's up? And a lot of other scenes are wanting to do this. Like, it created something.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love the most. I just want to bring the hype, bring the content, and hope people love it, man. It was fantastic from start to finish. Texas sucks. Go ahead.
I mean, look, I was glad to be like part of it. I was glad to be front row. That I've never seen anything like that in a long, long time. Maybe like it's been like a decade since I've seen that type of energy.
We need more of this.
And that type of vibrant energy in that room. Thank God for setting that up. You and Omnis did a great job with that, man. For sure.
Yeah, we loved it, man. We just want the hype, man. The heart is still real in a few of us, man. So if we can spread that, especially with MK11 coming, there's a lot of new viewers. There's people who don't even know I do commentary, or there's people who aren't familiar with some of like the legacy names we had on the team for both sides. And now they're getting introduced to this world like, damn, okay, this is what they do in Mortal Kombat. And then on top of it, the tournament itself was amazing. Then you have people who don't even watch MK like tuned in like, well, damn, I need to follow this guy. And hopefully all that does is spread awareness and visibility to these wonderful players, the wonderful scene, the wonderful events, and all of the content, man. If you're watching here from Florida versus Texas, make sure y'all give them a follow and holler at them, because these are my friends in Canada's got like 2. You know, they got a little squad. But you guys will have to put the whole country together, and I understand that. But, you know.
We'll squad up, baby. We'll squad up.
We might need to holler at Canada, too. DreamHack Montreal is on the Mortal Kombat Pro competition, so if Canada can put 10 together, I'm just saying we can have that discussion.
Maybe, man. We could keep this going all day, though, but KP, I got to let you go. Unfortunately, for now, we'll hit you up later, but we appreciate you dropping in here, and thanks for talking MK11, dude.
No, man, thanks for having me, man. Canada forever. I wish I had a little flag.
Well, anyways, there was more than just MK11 at ComboBreaker. There's so much else to catch up on, so let's check out some highlights from the rest of the weekend.
Oh my God, this is going to be big damage. This is going to be big damage. It's going to be okay. I'm getting heart attack. He's got full meter. Knee's going to touch. Oh my God. Let's go. Oh my God. Knee looking for the sweep. No, they're running the tap track up to the wall. He's not dead. Not dead. Blocking. Okay, we're good. Stay alive a little bit longer. The pixel, the throw gonna land. He's not dead. He's still not dead. Oh my God. Stay alive. Wow. Oh my God. He's all right. Knee now getting back into this corner here. Asking positioning, poking away at his life at the same time. No chance of me in a while here. Oh, the pop kick. This might do it for the reset. And it does. It's a reset.
Yeah, we're going there.
15 seconds to go.
Gosh.
Get
off of me. Oh,
that might be the turn.
No.
Bing, not dead. 50-50, tackle. Get off. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And Knee is your ComboBreaker champion. It is. Oh, really?
He's dead.
Really?
He's dead.
Punk to go.
Wow. The controllers are unplugged. He got up before he finished.
Oh, nice the chase. Ay, we take it. Oh, that's so scary. And he got super available. Oh my gosh, Palamex, watch it. Oh, there it is. Super.
Oh, my goodness.
Turns into a media, though, even though he plays Bossa. Wow, that's so sneaky.
It's dirty.
Are we going to go for the combo for the stun? Yes, it is. Wow. Problem X. Not enough.
Stop.
I forgot about that.
Time out.
Activation.
Great block. That was actually a good block. Oh, wow.
Trying to hit him with the cross up.
Yep. Oh.
All right, he still has a chance to live. Oh, the slide. Oh, but the bust up real fast. He's like,
really?
Looking probably.
Really?
You did that?
You did that?
I'm actually surprised he hasn't gone for a commando yet over that V-trigger activation. That's super. Is that the finish?
That's
yes,
it
is. And the hand has been shaken. Punk is your ComboBreaker 2019 Street Fighter V champion.
Absolute insanity as Punk continues to dominate the Capcom Pro Tour. Drew, Punk is on a tear right now, dude. How on earth do you stop him?
Look,
like it's nuts.
Look, I'm gonna get a little deep with this one.
All right, let's get deep.
Punk is playing the game just how he loves to play it, but the meta of the game has changed to his skill set, which means it is a more heavy neutral meta game, which means it's all about whip punishing. It's all about controlling the real estate in front of your face.
Okay.
Right? And the issue is a lot of players can't really outplay him because their characters have either gone nerfed or they're not really catered to that new meta of that heavy neutral style, which is, by the way, fantastic and beautiful to watch. For example, each time somebody hit a button, he slapped them out of the face and made sure that they got punished for even trying to attempt to make contact with them. So it's really incredible play from Punk itself. I think we're on pace to see something super legendary this season.
Well, I'm wondering then, like, if players are going to be able to figure this out. You said that they're playing to like his play style, but is it just the characters? Like, do people have to switch characters? I mean, like, he went pretty close with Problem X, right? Like, these guys were exchanging 3-0s back and forth. Like, can Problem X like pick up a character and just do well, or does he have to change his entire play style?
I actually don't think he has to change his entire play style. I think the way he's playing is great. I think he just has to keep up with the level of play that Punk is projecting towards him. And a main issue that he's having right now is that his character Bison it might be like a character that can help him win Evil, but against Punk is very difficult because Karen does a lot of what Bison does, but much better, and she's a much faster, mobile character. So he's having difficulty finding a new character to help counter the speed, the mobility of Karen. But you saw that with his Abigail pick, he managed to 3-0 Punk, but after that, Punk adjusted by changing his V-trigger to make Problem X feel like I can't really whiff buttons, I can't really go wild on Punk. I have to really play a clean game, and I can't play clean with Abigail against him. And that's why he got reverse 3-0'd in the second set in the grand final.
Let's give some coaching lessons to Problem X right now, because like we want to see him eventually try to take it.
I can't coach this man.
like what exactly do you think is just going to be a switch? Does he have to switch to the characters that Punk's using, or is it there's no way that his characters are going to be able to do what he needs? Like Bison's not going to be able to do this at all.
Me personally, I feel like he's having difficulty finding a new character. Like I said, he's uncomfortable with the entire rest of the characters. He's been trying to find a second one, but I feel like he himself has to elevate his level of play with his characters and use his character's limitations and build upon its strength. And unfortunately, like he's still gonna have an amazing season. He's top 3 in the leaderboard right now.
But he's gunning for Punk.
But he's gunning for Punk, absolutely. And it's gonna be he has to elevate his level of play if he can't choose a different character. So that's something I would love to see how he would evolve as a player.
That's cool.
Because like he's fantastic already. He's a top 3 player in the world. Every time he enters a bracket, I'm always scared to see him like nuke my bracket, right? Nuke my fantasy bracket. So it's kind of like I hope that the next level he achieves completely changes the way people play Bison.
That'd be sick. I mean, I love seeing those meta shifts too, but that just sets up a really good story for the future, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, so we got to talk to about Daigo specifically, because he's running in with the hitbox, right? And that's banned now.
No. So
is it not?
Here's the issue.
Okay, what's going on?
There's a specific hitbox that he wants to use during the tournament.
Okay.
It's by another player named Gafro, a Japanese player named Gafro. Now the issue with this hitbox is that there's something called SOCD cleaners. SOCD cleaners are something that allows you to have multiple inputs inputted, and it will give priority to one. It follows a logic per se.
So it's kind of like a macro that'll pick the best option, essentially?
It will pick a logical option, not the best option per se. So most fighting games, for example, Street Fighter 4 handled this really well. Tekken handles this really well. But unfortunately, Street Fighter 5 doesn't handle this well. And when people found out that he was able to basically hold charge every time he moved forward as Guile, those sonic booms came at a pace much faster than it was intended or built in the game.
Yeah.
And so what happened was they were like, no, this is cheap, we gotta ban it. But hitbox itself is not banned.
Fine.
It's just his hitbox. His hitbox that he was using.
I'll give my opinion. I kind of agree with this, but how do you feel about this? You're like, okay, that one specifically, keep it out? Because like that does seem a little OP.
I feel like we need more strict regulations in terms of controllers,
and
that we need to get them actually all tested. For example, that hitbox was used last year in the Pro Tour by the same player, Gafro, that gave him that hitbox. Daigo was trying to pass law and make sure that if this guy got through with it last year, maybe I can use it too to get that competitive advantage. And I feel like that's a part that Capcom kind of overlooked in a way. But how would they know? Gafro was not a good player. That guy was drowning in pools. But unfortunately, when you give a strong tool,
that knows how to use it.
A tool to a god named Daigo, that dude's definitely gonna wipe the competition, right?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's kind of difficult.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, maybe they need like a list of like approved controllers that's tested. You're right.
Absolutely. Well, just test them a little more. But they did what Capcom and ComboBreaker did fantastic. Was they reacted to this situation very quickly and they said no, we are not letting Guile act like Street Fighter 2 Sagat. We are not. That breaks the spirit of competition. And they managed to irk that out super quick.
Yeah. All right. Let's quickly jump over to talk about Tekken because that was going on. He knows what's up. Yo, knee's back.
Right? Oh no, Nee never left. Him getting top 3 is considered a problem. That's how you know he never left. This dude came from losers, man. This dude came from losers and smacked everybody up. It was OD.
He went on a tear, bro. Yo, can you just break it down there? Like, talk about the grand finals then with Anakin. Then, yo, break it down. Like,
okay, so here's
how you take out Nee.
Tekken is a game where you have to play heavy, like I said, heavy neutral. It is an art. It's like fencing at a high level, but with like crazy movement.
Yeah, not with little swords. They got big swords.
With big fists and big swords and fireballs sometimes if you have a Kuma.
Pandas here and there.
But what so in Tekken you have high, low, and medium, right? And high, he managed to mix up his ability to make contact with his opponent super well. Anakin at some point didn't know how to block, especially in the clutch rounds where Anakin was about to win the tournament. Nee managed to mix up his options from high, mid, and low so well that I couldn't get a read on him. The guy beside me, shouts to AJ from Echo Fox. He didn't know how to do it. Like he was like, "What's going on?" And it was just a display of mastery. It was a display of movement, and it was like watching Floyd Mayweather at his prime fighting against Shane Mosley.
Looking forward to Tekken right now. Is anybody close? Or do you expect Nee to keep this tear going?
No, I actually think this is Nee's not going to keep this tear going.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a Tekken god in Pakistan named Arslan Slash.
Okay.
That guy is fantastic.
All right.
And in Pakistan, Tekken is the most played esport there.
Yeah.
And their level of competition, that's like 30 million people playing the game. Their level of competition is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe Arslan Slash has an answer for it. Maybe Chanel has an answer for it. Or maybe Anakin will level up from this experience because let's face it, Anakin had to beat like 3 or 4 more Korean players to make it there, right?
That's not easy.
Yeah, he beat Chanel. He beat Chanel, who was playing I believe Eliza. It was so hard for him to do that, but he managed to do that. So I don't think this is something. I don't think this is the start of a dominant run.
Yeah.
I just think that we just saw the greatest of all time live up to his name.
Just level up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's sick. Yo, I'm hype on Tekken now. I can't wait.
I'm absolutely hype.
I know. I heard. All right, we got to break down over this weekend. Like there was so much great things that happened at ComboBreaker, but we got to talk about our player of the week. Yo, can you hit me with one?
No, I can't hit you with one because there's so much talented players that came through this weekend. I got to give it to 3.
Okay, lay them out.
One for each game. One is Scar. Scar managed to prove to everybody why he was considered number 2 in MKX. He managed to beat a hot Sonic Fox. Yeah. Super hot Sonic Fox. After Sonic Fox beat Smeech, he was going in on everybody except for Scar. Scar stopped the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, and Sonic had momentum too when you stopping that guy.
He was like a snowball. It was like an avalanche, dude. Someone yodeled in the mountains and it was like, you were gonna die, right? But
it's all coming down.
But Scar stopped that avalanche. The second player I would give it to is actually Machabo in Street Fighter V.
All right.
He managed to change everybody's perception of Necalli. Necalli is a character that's never ever been used since season 3.
Yeah.
And it's season 4 now. And now that we see how strong Necalli can be, Machabo outplayed almost everybody to get 3rd. And it was some fantastic play. Obviously, you're not going to beat Punk with that character. Karen just.
But it's still, when you see someone doing work with a character, it makes you perk up a bit.
It definitely changed my perspective of that match. And number 3, I definitely have to go to Anakin. Anakin was a hometown hero, and unfortunately he couldn't take out the greatest of all time, but he managed to take out other great players too. He managed to take out Rangchu. Rangchu was like, whoa.
What's going on?
He managed to take out Chanel too, and fantastic player, dude. I can't wait to see him this weekend. He's fantastic.
Yeah, well, there you have another combo breaker in the books. A big thanks, of course, to Kitana Prime for calling in today, and tomorrow is Rocket League Day as Nick and myself are chatting the RLCS promo tournament. Until then, check out all our socials at Squad State. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys, for getting us caught up on everything in the FGC, and shout outs to Red Bull as well for fueling us in the green room. Oh, look, it's Brody being carried as usual. Anyways, remember we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the green room with more games, and then we're back at 8 p.m. with another Unmuted, and we're talking about Rocket League and esports in 30. Remember, you can catch us on all our socials at Squad State. We'll see you tomorrow.